welcome, good morning. I hope you are all having a fantastic Tuesday. This is the morning show with Kelly and Barbara. How are you doing?
I hope you started it nice off early at 7:30 a.m. The first light workout for our senior citizens with Alfie. Afian, where you get to go to the market.
I loved it.
Roti. And he was holding the basket the entire time.
That's dedication.
Then later on, House Athletics came in, Desiree, Melissa and Farhan to get a solid sweat session. We always know when they're in because you can just hear in the background, guys, let's just go 30 more seconds. And I feel really tired for them.
Yeah, you should try one of the workouts.
No, it's fine. It's okay. And then at 10 o'clock, you've got the morning show with your favorite sister duo.
I know we've come in a little bit later than usual, technical difficulties and all that, but you know what? You've got the next hour with us before we go in your house at 12 o'clock with Mr. Raj Kumar.
And then at 3 p.m., we've got Yoga Basics with Yoga Movement, followed by What You Cooking with Ben Logan at 8 p.m.
Now, before we get to the goods of the show today, let's take a quick look at our numbers and see how they are doing. 573 new cases, of which 5 were community cases. The numbers are going down, and this is great news, guys. 8 work permit holders residing outside of the dormitories, with 560 residing inside the dormitories. 89% have been linked to known clusters, and the rest are pending contact tracing. So our total now comes to 18,778. The numbers are looking good, but we cannot let up just yet. We ideally
really want to bring that number down to 0.
0, and then 2 weeks after that, just to make sure that we are really good. So let's work very, very hard on making sure that we're doing our part to stay a safe distance away from each other, no matter how much you want to give them a hug.
Oh, it's okay. I think we're on day 29 of 55 of the circuit breaker.
Wow, you actually know.
Yeah, I know. So someone posted about it, and I just saw the number. I was like, oh, I'm going to mention that. So we're more than halfway there, right? Quick math, guys. Quick math. No?
No.
Halfway.
Halfway.
It's ish.
Halfway mark.
We're pretty much halfway there. All right, it's fine. We got there. And in order to pass the time a little bit quicker every day, we want to give you as much free stuff as possible.
Because who doesn't love free stuff?
Hey.
And today we're giving you a 50% off voucher for the Black Hole. They have a whole host of incredible food options.
They've got like Western food. They've got pastas. They've got Mexican food.
Burgers. The burger was really good.
The burger was good.
Anyway, all you have to do in order to qualify for our giveaway today is to make sure that you like and share the morning show on your personal page, but also comment and tell us what are you doing on the internet, because the internet is a big black hole. You get it? You get it? And we want you to tell us what it is that is sucking you in right now. Is it a particular Netflix show? Is it something that you are binge watching?
I just finished watching Big Bang Theory. All 12 seasons. It's taken me about 2 months.
Wow.
I know.
That's dedication. I've just about finished Men Like Mobeen, but on that note, what do we have coming up?
A whole array of guests. We're going to tell you who they are. We've got Aman coming in, the osteo, for our stretch. Then we've got Edible Garden City.
That's right.
That's one. And we also got Charlotte May coming in. So if you have any questions for any of our guests, now is the time to pop it into the comments so that during their segments we can address your questions.
Awesome. So we're going to jump off for a quick break, but when we return, I'm Bancil coming back with Barbara to stretch out your
pecs, my neck, and my back.
Don't go away.
Step right up, draw the next cut. You're one of the black animals, so get along with everybody else.
I love how this rush gear makes me feel. Every time I put it on, I feel super powerful. My training is super intense, so I need something like this that's gonna make me feel strong and ready to go. Welcome back to the morning show. It's Barbara with you. Kelly's popped off for a little bit, and I've replaced her with Aman, the osteo, who's back in studio with us again. How are you feeling?
I'm good. How are you?
Is it good to be out of the house again?
Yep.
Yes.
My
Awesome.
daily
You're
dose.
human friends. Okay, so what are we going to be working on today? Yesterday we had the tennis ball, and we're kind of rolling with that trend again, and we're going to be using it again today.
Yeah. So we're just going to quickly go through basics of kind of posture, because everyone's sitting at home and working now.
Yeah.
And how to kind of address that and why it affects you. So
Okay.
a few pointers. So I want to quickly explain why you actually get like neck and lower back issues with bad posture, so you actually know what you're doing when we give you these stretches.
Right.
Okay. So quick explanation. When I'm going to exaggerate as well. When you're kind of hunched over a bit like this.
I feel like that's not too much of an...
Your rhomboids, which are these muscles back here, they become a bit lengthened and weakened because you're constantly in this position, so they become a bit weak.
Okay.
With that, your thoracic spine, which is just your upper back there, becomes a bit stiff, and if that's not moving well, your neck takes the brunt of it. You get loads of compression through here. Not good.
So it's basically...
And you probably know some of these at home, but we're just going to go through tweaks to make them like quite effective.
Awesome.
So everyone would probably know just pulling your neck across, but you don't want to do it just like that. I want you to put your, in your case, your right arm behind your back.
Okay.
The point of that's to pin your shoulder down. So physically kind of pull your shoulder down a bit and then pull your neck across.
Okay.
Should feel that through
It feels
there.
like there's a deeper stretch going on.
Yeah, because you're pre-positioning the muscle. By putting that shoulder down, it's already putting the muscle at a stretch, and then you can pull it across. From there, if you also take it to a 45-degree angle forward, you'll get a slight different kind of place going into the back. That's quite nice.
I think this also caters to a lot of people who... I tend to wake up with a lot of aches around my shoulders just because of my pillows and my sleeping habits.
Yeah, that's another big thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, you can get the same stretch without putting your hand there. It just means you have to pull your neck a lot further, which is
but it's
ideal.
quite nice because I think a lot of us have a tendency, you know, even when you do like arm stretches, from your ears.
Exactly. Yeah. So next we'll talk about your pecs. If you have a wall, you could like put your arm up against one, hopefully.
Okay. Got towels.
So if you put that on the floor.
Because yesterday was May the 4th. Woom, woom. Anyway. Right, moving on.
Yeah,
quite rapidly. Okay.
Yep, and just along your spine. So just
lying back on it.
you can just bring your arms over and just kind of lie back on it. You can put a pillow for your neck if you want to make that a little bit more comfortable.
Nice.
Just kind of helps extend your thoracic spine a bit.
And you just want to relax into it.
You're quite flexible. If you bring your arms out like that, you'll feel it through your pecs a bit more.
Right, I just feel it through the inside.
Yeah,
A little bit here.
It's also to help the thoracic spine get that kind of extension.
Length.
Yeah, extension. So I'm going to show you a slight modification. I'll probably do this sideways because we're so hunched over. So you want to use the towel as a bit of a, let's say, fulcrum. Use your hands to support your neck. So a really important mistake people make with this is they lift the pelvis up to do that. What you're actually doing there is getting movement through your lower back or your lumbar spine. So if you just keep your hips down and really just pivot over with just the upper back. Looks like nothing, but you actually feel it quite a lot more. Do you want to give that a try?
Ooh. All right. I was hoping I could like pick and choose the exercises that I was doing or not. So, you want it to be at your shoulder blades?
Yeah, shoulder blades. You're going to adjust it accordingly, so probably slightly down, yeah. So you can do it in different positions. Put your hands behind your neck.
And take
head,
a nap, okay.
Yeah. And then just bring your elbows forward a bit, and then just extend over and then come up. So you want the towel a little bit tighter as well. And then just come up, and then you should feel that kind of pressure through your upper back a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can pre-position.
That's a bit nicer.
And if you have a foam roller at home, that's even better because it's bigger, or you just get a bigger towel.
You just want to... Oh, that's a nice back stretch. Ooh, I'm feeling nice and limber. All right, what else have we got? Any more with the towel?
Towel's done.
Towel's done? Okay.
So...
Now, I took my mum's ball from home, which she uses, which means it's going to be...
I would do this with a tennis ball on the floor. If I was using something like that, you can just do it against... so you get on top of the tennis ball, which is about there for me. And most people would probably just do that, but it's not super effective. What you want to do is bring that right arm across to your shoulder. That opens the shoulder blade up. This exposes the muscle.
Fun times. All right, I'm going to try it with this one.
That's going to be
how much fun we can have with it.
That's
okay,
gonna be a bit
so
painful.
you lay it down, You get in on the shoulder blade.
Bring your arm across.
Okay, so am I looking, you know that part where your shoulder juts out?
Yeah, not on that, just between that and the spine.
Yeah.
So
Oh, okay, so you want to go like next
like-
to it.
Like
Put
between
the
here.
right hand over. Yeah, I feel. Oh,
Yeah.
Okay, we're feeling.
Yeah.
We're really feeling this.
So you want to hold it on a sore spot for about 10 seconds or so.
I feel myself getting slightly breathless from this, just like, whoo, you need to breathe through it. I feel how Kelly felt yesterday when she was working on the hip flexors, lying down on the ground as well.
So that's a pretty strong one, and you can make it stronger by just putting more body weight onto it, or you can make it weaker by going up against the wall.
Oh, I think that was fine. But against the wall, if you have it up against the wall, do you just kind of want to...
Yes, I mean, you
Roll
don't,
up and down.
You don't really want to roll up and down. Same on the floor. I mean, you can, but you want to really find that sore spot, put some pressure on it, come off it, put some pressure on it. It's kind of stimulating blood flow through the area, basically. So yeah, that's probably the best way to do it. Don't overdo it. Some people tend to roll to the point of like bruising. It's probably a little bit too much.
But too much. So, okay, for these kind of exercises, what would you recommend the time frame be? You know, like for each of these openers?
There's no real, when it comes to stretching and mobility work, there's no real time frame. You can do as much as you want, really. I'd probably say space it out during the day. So maybe, like, I'd rather you do 3 short stints than like 10 minutes or 15 minutes in one go. But like say rolling, maybe just like a minute or two, just getting that extension through again, another minute or two.
And just periodically throughout the day, just to make sure you're
exactly.
constantly...
I mean, the most important thing is moving, because at home, you know, if you're at work, obviously your desk setup's probably better in the first place. You know, you walk out for lunch, you get up and go go get some water and stuff. At home, you're probably just kind of hunched over quite a lot, and especially on a laptop. Get a laptop stand, by the way.
So that it's a little bit higher
A little bit
up.
higher. Laptop stand, wireless keyboard will make a big difference. Just because you're not addressing the problem. If you're like this because the laptop's down, you can do all these stretches and stuff, which is great, but it's still going to come back.
You can technically fix it a little bit and make your life
Exactly,
easier.
yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you for joining us. I'm sure we will
worries.
see you again at some point. Hopefully, eventually, Osteos will be open as well.
Hopefully.
We're going to go for a short break, but when we come back, you can learn how to flex your green hands without the fuss of having a big garden.
Step right up, draw the next card. You water the plant, we're animals, so get along with everybody else. Is this ship sinking? I've been thinking. Always sinking. I've been thinking. Been a little time to get along. Wake up call, throw the next up. Be one of a kind, original. Don't be another sign of the times. Fight. Wanna know the secret? We get on. Wanna know the secret? We get on. Try to find the feeling we belong. It's all for one and all for fun.
Hello, welcome back to the morning show with Kelly and Barbara. Barbara and I are playing tag team in and out today. A lot of people have, during circuit breaker, fallen in love with their plants. And I think I'd seen a meme which went something along the lines of, it is completely normal to go and talk to your plants. Only contact your psychiatrist if your plants start talking back to you. But on that note, I know some of you may have black fingers like myself. I've never really ever successfully been able to grow things until really recently, but one of the people or a company that really inspired me to get better at it was the Edible Garden City. So joining me from EDC is Daniela. Hello Daniela, how are you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
Gardening is trending at this point in time. It is trending Tuesday after all. Everybody wants to grow beautiful plants. They want that little bit of the outdoors, indoors, especially when they're in their apartments. Do you have some tips as to how we can not kill our plants?
Yeah, everybody's a horticulturalist these days, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically, maybe we can start with the stuff that we have in our kitchen.
Yes.
Yeah. There's all sorts of stuff that we can explore in our kitchen and grow.
Yeah.
But we can consider first where the sunlight is.
Okay.
Yeah, so some tips on not killing your plants is that you have to have enough sunlight.
Okay, so we need sunlight, that's good.
And enough water.
Water.
Yes, and you have to listen and pay attention to the needs of your plants.
Listen and pay attention to the needs of your plants. Okay, this is where I think I struggle a little bit. So why is gardening at home so good for us then? I mean, a lot of people are starting to do it. I think it's because we're craving the outdoors, but what else does it do for us?
Yeah, so a lot of the time it's an environmental initiative. Our agricultural industry is a large contributor to greenhouse gas emissions and climate change. And so a lot of times we garden in order to be less reliant on these industrial agricultural systems. Yes, and the other important thing is that I think supporting individuals and supporting community agriculture and agricultural firms are really important for food security, because you see so currently the food system can provide food for technically 10 billion people, right? That's the population of people in 2050, right? And currently, we only have about 8 billion people, and yet people are still going hungry. So it's important to build a system where everybody has access to food, and by being more supportive of individuals and community agricultural initiatives, we can build that kind of system.
Now, I know that some of the HDB blocks have community gardens. They're gardening. I know that you guys have worked with some big partners like hotels to actually build rooftop gardens, and you encourage people and you help people and guide people if they want to build their own gardens at home as well, which is sort of, I think that was the first reason why I'd reached out to Edible Garden City, and I'm talking about like maybe 6 years ago, something like that. It was a long time ago, but the other thing that you guys do is you actually grow things in your own farm and you send it out in a citizen box.
Yes.
And that's pretty cool. I used to subscribe to this box, and every week you get a really nice box of fresh vegetables, local produce, and by buying and supporting local, that means that you're reducing, like you said, all those carbon emissions of transport and stuff like that. And you don't have to worry about heading out to the supermarket. You just get all your veggies delivered to you. So what made you guys start the Citizen Box?
Yeah, so the Citizen Box was a newer initiative. We really championed the grow your own food movement by building edible gardens around the city and also just educating people on how to grow food. But the Citizen Box was really us trying to produce food for the nation and fix the problem of food security. So basically now we have a farm and we produce food here locally.
And they have chickens too. Like Sienna they have a giant cockerel. He's actually quite large. Popeye, his name's Popeye.
Popeye's amazing.
Go think about it. Popeye's super cool. Like, he's very chill as well. Like, he'll let you cuddle him. He's quite manja, which is rather nice.
He talks to you.
Yeah, he's
just
very
this
interactive.
Weird feet thing when I come to his pen. He just wants to come out. Yeah, so it's really cool.
It's very, very sweet. And it's an opportunity for you to actually go and see where you're getting your greens from as well, because you guys do open up the farm and encourage people to come down and volunteer as well, which is kind of cool. But I figured, why not today, let's do a little bit something. You guys have been putting out videos on how people can grow things at home. So let's take a quick look at this video series that you guys have put together, and this one specifically on pantry planting.
In this series, we're going to do a little home gardening with you using fruits and vegetables you find at home. I'm Mandy, one of the farmers here at Edible Garden City, and today I'm going to share little tips and tricks on how you can regrow spring onions. These are the materials you require: spring onions, a knife, chopping board, a glass of water, and optional potting mix, and a spray bottle. Okay, first, take your spring onions, chop it off, leaving the bulb and the roots intact. So be careful when you're handling knife. So give it about 3 to 4 cm for it to regrow. And then wash the roots first. I've already pre-washed them. And then take a glass of water and put it in. So there you go. 2 things to remember. So number one is please change the water daily, and don't put too much water because the bulb will turn decay and soggy. Alright, so here's another option. You can take your bulb and then you can actually grow it in soil as well. So these are just regular potting mix. So first you make a small hole in the middle and then put it deep enough so that the ends and roots are in the soil. And then apply some pressure and water it. So just water it daily and put it somewhere where you can get direct and full sunlight. So in my case, I'll put it just by my window in the kitchen. So like many people, I use spring onions as garnish in my tofu and fried rice. So having some fresh regrown spring onions will definitely come in. So there you go. Thank you for watching the video. If you have tried regrowing spring onions at home, do share with us in the comments. So stay tuned for more videos on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Meanwhile, stay safe and happy planting.
Super cool how easy it is to grow your own spring onion. I think I'm definitely going to try that. The other thing that we've got here today was something that I'd seen online and was kind of the reason why I wanted to bring you guys in, because chia seeds are something that all of us have at home usually. We add it to make puddings, we throw it in our water or in juices and stuff like that. And it's a great way of getting a little bit of fiber. It's very nutritious. But I did not realize that we could actually grow it ourselves because it's actually a microgreen, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so what do we do?
Yeah, so chia seeds has plenty of antioxidants, right? And the leaves have also the same fiber, antioxidants, and proteins. So the reason we grow microgreens is because they're actually more nutritionally dense than the mature plants.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So 100 gram of microgreens would have more nutrition than 100 gram of the mature chia plant.
Wow, I did not know that. But it would take a lot.
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
100 gram microgreens are a lot of microgreens. Yeah, but it's a good source of nutrition just to sprinkle into your salads. And
Okay,
yeah.
so talk us through it.
Yes, so basically what you can do is just get a Tupperware with a cover. The cover is there to just keep the moisture in the Tupperware.
Okay.
Regular chia seeds.
Okay, I'll take the chia seeds from you.
Yep.
There we go, so just chia seeds, just like so.
And then you can get a couple of kitchen towels. Spray it up with some water, make it damp enough. And then you can just fold it up and put it in the container.
Oh, that seems really easy.
Yeah,
Okay.
so you have that. I'm gonna do this now.
Your little water spray, okay.
And then we can just damp the tissue paper.
How damp does it need to be? Does it need to be soaked all the way through, or is it just so that the surface is wet?
So we have just damp enough so that the whole cloth is pretty much wet,
Okay,
but not wet enough to drown the seeds.
okay.
Because as you can see, we've drowned half of the seeds.
Right, so as a social experiment to showcase like the difference of overwatering, which is probably something I would do, and keeping it nice and just the right amount of water.
Yeah.
Okay,
So a good amount of water.
Will produce a really nice crop like that. So one seed, I'll pass these seeds back to you. So one seed will produce
One shoot.
One shoot. So that's going to be, you're going to need a lot of seeds in order to
Yeah.
get these going.
Yeah, so this is actually a good amount of seeds. Just as long as it's dense enough in the Tupperware that you can kind of visualize the shoots and whether or not it compete with each other.
Okay, cool. And so how much sunlight do we need to give these babies?
Yeah, so these guys, you can just put them on your pantry. It doesn't need much sunlight until it germinates in about 2 to 3 days.
Oh, that's quite quick.
Yeah. So once it germinates, then you put them where there's more sun so that they can grow into these. And then once they sprout out a little more,
Then they become these guys.
yeah, so that would take about 8 to 9 days.
And then you can harvest.
Yes.
So how do you harvest them? Do you just cut them down and then you get rid of the rest of the seeds and
Yeah.
Okay.
So basically you just snip them all out and then you can throw them in salads.
Wow, lovely. Okay, super easy and a great way for you to add a little bit more nutrition to your salads. Daniela, thank you so much for joining us and showing us the basics of starting how to grow our own greens at home. Do stay with us here on The Morning Show with Kelly and Barbara. We've got Charlotte May talking a little bit of nutrition and staying at home with her siblings right here on The Morning Show with Kelly and Barbara. Don't go away.
Step right up, draw the next card. You water the plant, we're animals, so get along with everybody else. Is the ship sinking? I've been thinking. Always sinking. I've been thinking. Been a little time to get along. A wake-up call, throw the next up. Be one of a kind, original. Don't be another sign of the times. Fight. Wanna know the secret? We get on. Wanna know the secret? We get on. Try to find the feeling we belong. It's all for one and all for fun.
I love how this rush gear makes me feel. Every time I put it on, I feel super powerful. My training is super intense, so I need something like this that's gonna make me feel strong and ready to go. Hello and welcome back to The Morning Show with Kelly and Barbara. Kelly has popped off again and I am back on set, this time with Charlotte May. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
How does it feel to be out of the house?
I feel like a naughty girl. I feel like I shouldn't be out of the house. I feel like this is illegal.
It's okay, safe distancing.
Yeah, I know, absolutely. It has been a really long time since I left my neighborhood, and I took a car here, and on the app I just checked the last time I took a car. It was on the 27th of March. I was
Wow.
like, wow, that was insane.
So how are you dealing with obviously like staying at home? Are you okay?
I'm a homebody, Barbara. Like, I'm totally okay being at home, but I really do miss being able to just freely go out. Working from home has been a part of my life for the past couple of years, as you know. So that's okay, but I miss the ability to be able to say, okay, you know what, I need a change of environment. I want to pop out. I need some sun.
I want to go and do some work at a cafe instead of at the house.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And very much like what Kelly and Daniela were speaking about previously, I'm like a plant. I need the sun. I love the sun. So that's what I miss
That's
the most.
a really, really good
Analogy.
I'm like a plant.
Yeah.
Cool. So what projects have you had ongoing lately?
A lot of cooking. Oh my gosh, everyone's a chef
okay,
now.
everyone knows that you are cooking is your thing.
I love cooking because I love eating, and being a nutritionist, I also like seeing what I can do in the kitchen to show people that tasty food can be easy to put together and healthy food can also be tasty.
Yeah.
So I've been cooking a lot. People love that kind of content now. So it's about getting creative and thinking about something new each time. I just finished wrapping up a web series about how technology can help us live this new normal. So how do we safely, how can we, how do we use tech in this new normal
New
that
normal
we're in?
where you can't quite go to the market and assess the foods that you're buying.
Or how do you see a doctor through your phone? All these teleconferencing sites like Zoom, how do you use that in a safe manner? So it's really cool.
So is this something that you've been working on since our circuit breaker, or?
Yes, for about 3 weeks now. I'm doing it with another production house. So it's not just me.
Yeah.
We're working together in a team in our separate homes. I've been having to film myself, which is really weird.
Running it solo.
Oh my gosh, we don't have the team and the setup that you do have here. So it's been challenging, but I've been learning a lot.
It is difficult. Before we get onto the production side, so this web series that you have just finished, where can people go and find that?
It's on Facebook. You can search up Tech 360, so TECH 360.
Oh, okay, yep.
So they do all things related to tech, and it's on their platform.
And what about on the personal project side? Have you got anything on the horizon, anything you're launching?
Yes, well, everything's on my Instagram, as you know. I am launching my website this week, finally.
We're all getting on that train of being productive.
Exactly.
Things that have been sitting in the bank for like 2 years and now being done.
Tell me about it, Barbara. So website's coming out this week. That's going to be thecharlottemay.com. Pushing out a lot of stuff on my Instagram as well.
Yep.
Not really, doing the whole filming setup as we used to do. Now it's very home style videos, which I really like because it's way easier.
Editing, it just takes all the stress away from it.
Yeah, you don't even need to look very good. You can just, it's your PJ look. It's fine.
I just woke up like this,
exactly.
which is true.
So yeah.
And speaking of running this one-man production team now, well, you got a two-man. So your brother came back to Singapore in October.
Yes.
And you guys live together.
Yep.
And okay, so before the circuit breaker, how was it adjusting to, because before that you lived on your own for the most part?
Yeah.
How was it readjusting to living with someone?
Well, having to share this space is a little challenging, I have to say, and because my brother and I were extremely different, we live, we're just polar opposites. So the readjustment was pretty tough. It's about learning how to set boundaries, how to communicate. Oh, hi!
And there's a hashtag, Team Koko Meme. It's
gosh,
very, very
how
cute.
Did you find out about that? I'm blushing now. Yes, Team Koko Meme, because we are really close. We are a year and 5 days apart. But we grew up apart for 11 years. So he was, my dad was traveling a lot with work, and so my brother followed him, and I was here with my mom. But somehow we were just really close, despite the distance. So yeah, when he came back to move, it was really nice.
Yeah.
It was great having a housemate, to be honest. So there's the good, there's the bad, there's the really ugly, but also the really beautiful moments. And in times like this, it's great because I needed an extra hand for someone to man the camera. He is still working. He's in the hospitality industry, so he still does have to go to work. But I roped him in, and I'm like.
So you adjusted to when he moved back, and then now you've had to adjust to the two of you being in the same household and no one going to work.
Yeah. Well, Barbara, it's really interesting. I'm actually really thankful because I don't exactly have to. We're not in each other's faces 24/7 because he still goes to work. I think it would be really different if he isn't. So I count myself really lucky that I don't have to be in his face the whole time.
On that note, there is a little video that you posted. We're just gonna let's look at this one.
Okay, Coco, can you try not to like breathe too deeply because I can hear it.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
I don't know if y'all can tell, but she was annoyed.
It was all in here.
You can just sense the tension on her face. Like, Coco, can you breathe not as deep? Okay, I can hear it.
Yeah, somehow I just could hear his deep breathing, and it was so distracting, and I didn't want the microphone to pick it up. But at the same time, I'm like, Charlotte, keep your cool. He's helping you. You're not paying him. And I'm just like, Coco, can you just, because I had been holding in for so long. And I was like, Charlotte, you just got to say something. But I'm not super confrontational with my brother, so I had to be really nice about it still. So yeah.
I'm sure he loves you for it regardless. So before we start to wrap things up, on the aspect of nutrition, obviously everyone's prepping to be the new Master Chef.
Yep.
But then you still have people who kind of struggle a bit in that aspect of, now I have the freedom to throw together a healthy meal, but I'm still not sure what that looks like. And like you mentioned, making it taste good, but a simple meal and also being healthy.
Yeah.
It's like this Venn diagram of requirements that you want from a meal without the hassle. So what would be like your go-to favorite, just quick whip up?
Eggs. Oh my gosh, eggs are everything to me because they're super versatile. They're a good source of protein, and you can do them up, you know, Western style, Asian style. But just a really quick tip, if I can share with people, if they want to think about putting together a healthy meal.
Yeah.
It's all about being balanced. I don't like to overuse the word healthy because then, you know, people start to feel guilty if they have something that is unhealthy. So it's all about having a balanced diet. So look
So
at.
I shouldn't be having popcorn for breakfast?
You can have popcorn, yes.
So
For
mix it up
breakfast,
with some
I'm not
spinach.
sure. I'm not sure if you want to have it for breakfast, but let's look at this table and take it as our plate.
Okay.
Half of our plate should be filled with vegetables. This is at every meal time, maybe a little exception for breakfast. For breakfast, look at it as fruits. A quarter should be filled with carbohydrates, so like rice, noodles, bread, and the other quarter with protein. So that can be animal protein like beef, chicken, fish, or plant protein like tofu or eggs.
Okay.
So that should be the balance. But if you think about what we see outside, take chicken rice, wonton mee.
It's like
It's the other way around.
3/4 carbohydrates and 1/4 meat.
And like 3 taogays, or like 3 sprigs of parsley.
Spring onions, that's a vegetable, right?
Yeah, so we gotta rethink the way that we plate our food.
Okay, awesome. Well, I'm sure that people can just pop onto your page for all the inspiration that we need. Thank you so much for joining us here today. It was a beautiful refresher to be able to get that insight from you. And also, you know, siblings do have their things to get through.
Yeah,
I'm sure he really appreciates you as much as you appreciate his help as well.
kudos to you and Kelly to be doing this every single day.
Oh, that's why she didn't allow me to move in with her. On that note, we are going to pop for a little break. When we come back, Kenneth breaks the push-ups down. Don't go anywhere.
Step right up, draw the next cut. You wanted the black or animals, so get along with everybody else.
Hello, and thank you for staying with us here on The Morning Show with Kelly and Barbara.
We're both back.
I was going to say, nice to see you.
What's up?
So I'll tell you what, whilst we catch up, because obviously we haven't seen each other for the past 15 minutes or so, we thought we would allow you to break it down with Kenneth. It's going to be a fun one today, isn't it?
Today is the push-up. So trending Tuesdays, and everyone is all about that calisthenics life right now, given that you can't use weights. So what better way than to do it with some Cali with our resident hunk, Kenneth.
Okay, welcome to Break It Down. Okay, so I'm Kenneth today. Okay, from Common Ground. Okay, we're a calisthenics-based company. Okay, so we're gonna bring you through push-up variations, progressions, and techniques as well. Okay, so I'm gonna just show you how to do a push-ups. Okay, there's so many ways you can do a push-up. Okay, on this one, okay, a lot of different variations and regressions. One of the most versatile exercises you can do at home or anywhere. Okay, so they're going to take you through technique-based. I'm going to take you through how to do a push-up. Okay, so proper technique is always really important. Okay, so as you go down into a push-up, okay, you're going to have your shoulders, okay, right above your hands. Okay, keep your core tight. Okay, engage the core. Okay, as you go down, you want to go down in a straight plane as you go down. Okay, elbows. Okay, make sure keep it at a 45-degree angle. Okay, you're going to push all the way up. Okay, so make sure keep your neck in neutral as well. Push all the way up. Okay, a lot of mistakes that people do. Okay, first of all, they're gonna sink those hips. Okay, so as you drop down and up. Okay, a lot of times people just drop down and up, and that's not a full push-up. Okay, so a lot of times people do that not because they don't have strong core strength. Okay, it's basically because they don't have that core awareness. Okay, so what you wanna do, okay, just to keep it in mind, okay, is to squeeze your glutes together. Okay, squeeze the glutes, basically squeezing your bum together. That's going to engage your core a little bit more as you go down and up. Okay, that's going to engage your core. Okay, keep your hips at posterior rotation. Okay, as you go down and up. Okay, elbows again. Do not tuck it in too much. Okay, elbows at 45. Okay, another mistake that people tend to do is flaring out the elbows. Okay, so when you do that, that's a little bit dangerous because the tendency of getting your elbow, shoulder injured, is a bit higher. So make sure as you go down, do not flare the elbows out, and go down and up. This way, as you go down and up, keep it at a 45-degree angle. Okay, push all the way up. Okay, you should feel your chest working, your triceps working. Basically, it's almost a full body workout on this one. So make sure quality reps over quantity. Do not rush through. A lot of people, when they first start doing push-ups, they tend to always go for a lot of reps. I don't want you to do that. If you go down and up for a push-up, try to control the movement first before you add speed into it. Okay, so make sure control at all times. Okay, get the right movement. Make sure engage the right muscles as you go down for that push-up. Okay, so I'm going to bring you through some regressions and progressions. Okay, so what you can do is to have your knees on the ground. Okay, a good regression if you can't do a proper push-up. Okay, is to go down. Okay, on your knees. Okay, place it down on the ground. Okay, as you go down, okay, again, remember, shoulders right above your hands, go down in that push-up. Okay, so make sure, try not to drop the hips as well. Okay, keep engaging that core, drop all the way down, push all the way up. Okay, so another good regression as well. Okay, you can find a coffee table, okay, a little chair at home that you have. Okay, you can go into a push-up. Okay, so make sure, okay, shoulders always right above the hands. You're going to drop down into that push-up all the way up. Okay, so make sure do not tuck the elbows in too much. Okay, always go at a 45-degree angle. Push all the way up. So make sure there's the chest engagement there. Okay, make sure, okay, do not just focus a lot on the triceps. Keep it at a 45-degree angle and push all the way up. Okay, so, okay, with all that, okay, we're going to go through some progressions. Okay, if a normal push-up is too easy for you, okay, you can always go into a diamond push-up. So basically, create a diamond shape, okay, with your hands. Okay, you're gonna go down into those push-ups, shoulders right above the hands. Okay, keep that core tight, okay, all the way down. So this is a lot more focus, okay, on your triceps. Okay, so you're gonna go down, okay, elbows in on this one, push all the way up, okay, down and up. So try to go as low as you can, okay, without your chest touching the ground. Okay, this is gonna get a really, really good tricep burn as you go down and up. Okay, so another progression, you can go a bit wider as well. That's gonna engage a lot more of your chest muscles. Okay, so going wide. Okay, so wider than your shoulder width, you're gonna drop down into that push-up. all the way up. So remember, again, okay, keep that core tight, squeeze the glutes together, push all the way up. Okay, so with that, okay, going to things that are more difficult, can explosiveness in as well. Going into your clapping push-ups, okay, all the way down, clap, and back, down. So that's going to add a bit more power, okay, as you push all the way up off the ground and going for that clap, okay? So many ways of doing progressions for a push-up, okay? You can even work a lot more, okay, into an advanced push-up, working the triceps, okay? You're gonna drop down, okay? This is a bit more advanced, okay? So as you drop down into a plank position, okay? Keep that core tight, you're gonna push yourself all the way up. So this is really good, just isolating, okay, your tricep muscles, okay, all the way down, okay, pushing yourself all the way up. Okay, so many progressions, even going wide. Okay, going into your archer push-ups. Okay, so starting wide, okay, dropping all the way down, unilateral movements. Okay, all the way left to right. Okay, that's gonna work on one side each as you go down for those push-ups. Okay, so many again. So a lot of different variations there. You can take some of those. Okay, try to work your way up from progressing from knees on the ground all the way to an archer push-up. Okay, so again, very, very versatile exercise that you can do at home or anywhere. Okay, so thank you for joining me. I have basically brought you through different progressions and also different types of exercises for a push-up. Okay, those of you following us at home, okay, make sure follow us on Get Active TV. Okay, we'll take it back to Kelly and Barbara. Okay, thank you.
Kenneth is amazing.
Yeah, I know.
He makes those slide-in push-ups look super graceful and simple.
If you've seen his Instagram videos, like the Common Ground guys, so the Cali guys, when they are doing their own training, it's like, oh, let's do 10 muscle-ups, 10 push-ups, 10 this, 10 that, and then all in a span of a minute.
Yeah.
And then 10 sets.
Yeah.
It's absolutely crazy. Their muscles have muscles. How many push-ups have you been doing?
Well, last night I embarked on my 100-something, so I did 100 push-ups on my knees, but I did 100 push-ups last night, and I think I'm going to continue doing it. I think doing 100 push-ups a day is completely fine. I did it in about 5 minutes, so break it down to 5 sets of 20.
And we spoke about this yesterday, right? Like sometimes creating a full workout for yourself or following someone else's workout, it gets kind of tiring when you're not going for classes, which is what I love. So this whole 100-something, it just feels more manageable, like, oh, I'll do 100 squats and then I'm done.
Yeah. Alrighty, on that note though, we're going to go for a short break. When we return, a quick recap plus lots of things to look forward to if you haven't taken part in our contest online as well. That's coming up. We'll tell you exactly what you need to do after this break. Don't go anywhere.
Step right up, draw the next card. You water the plant, we're animals, so get along
to the morning show with Kelly and Barbara. We've had a great day talking about lots of healthy food.
I know,
almost.
it's Trending Tuesday, which means we've got all the in things to keep us up to date with recent times.
You know what? I'm actually really excited to go back and try doing the chia seed thing with Sienna. I think it'd be a really fun activity to do with the kids. And something else I discovered that you can do is you can do chlorophyll painting. So once you grow your little chia seeds, once you have the microgreens, you can actually use them. Chlorophyll, the green stuff inside, not chloroform. Not chloroform.
I was like, chlorophyll, isn't that what you used to kidnap people? No, okay.
Chlorophyll.
Cool.
And then you can like rub the plants and then paint with them. I think that would be a super cool activity to just showcase the chlorophyll in the plants.
I'm just loving all this. Like this weekend, you know, I had my time to myself. And I also made some crepes. Like I thought, oh, I'll make pancakes, but then I decided to make crepes because they're skinnier and that's how they turned out. But I made a little video. Check this out.
So who was holding the camera?
They were quite yummy, actually.
I'm not sure what to think of that.
It was great. I mean, I was the only one who ate it because Mom and Dad just didn't want any. But I made them try some and they were pleasantly surprised. So I might not be able to do art very well. I might not be able to dance, but at least I can make crepes.
Fair enough. Well, if you can't make crepes at home and you're not very good at cooking, don't worry, we've got you covered. We've still got that 50%
off
voucher for the black hole. It's a great option, especially if you want to book up puasa later. You can always order them for delivery this evening or maybe tomorrow if you want as well.
For sure. All you need to do is like and share the morning show on the Get Active TV Facebook page and comment. Tell us like what you've been doing,
how have you been lost in the black hole
that
of
is
the internet.
The internet of webs.
Yes.
What show have you been binging lately?
And speaking of other giveaways, remember Thursday, that's when we're going to have a 40% discount voucher, well, discount code that you can use on underarmour.com. So whatever you're doing on Thursday, make sure you are blocking your time, start shopping your cart right now. And adding things to your cart.
Things to your shopping
and adding things to your cart.
And then once you get the discount code on Thursday with us, then you just click buy. 40%, man, that is no joke.
That is no joke. They seldom have such a huge discount. So make sure you're tuning in, tell all your friends, tell all your family, and you can grab yourself some new gear from Under Armour, maybe Project Rock, maybe the new Rush collection, the recovery wear. That's on Thursday. What's happening tomorrow, May?
Tomorrow is Wacky Wednesdays. We get to hang out with Fucker Fuzz.
Yeah.
Our second Netflix guest of the morning show.
I love it. Maybe we should just get Netflix to come on and actually explain some of the new parental controls that they've got in place.
That would be a good idea, actually.
I think that would actually be
a
a
good
good
idea.
idea.
We've also got Jess Sinclair coming on.
That's right, Jessica Sinclair, owner of Yoga Mandala. She's going to be getting flexy with us.
I'm doing that, aren't I?
Yes, you're doing that. She's going to be giving us 3 tips on how to get to our splits.
Oh, no.
So much happening. So make sure you join us tomorrow, same time, same place, right here on The Morning Show with Kelly and Barbara. Whatever you're doing at home, make sure that you're staying strong.
Stay safe.
And
stay at home.